Hi everybody, it's Will NY4. We're at Zospa 5A, just an amazing location. For the fourth video in my series on how to use the mod Transfer Spaceships Across Universes. In video 1, I actually took a ship across an NG Plus experience, and it came back fully intact. It was great. Video number 2, I showed you how you can import ships that other guys put up on Nexus mods. And video 3, the reverse, how you can create a mod and export your ship so the rest of us can import it. In today's video, we're going to focus on the issue of how you import and export the interiors. Well, there are a bunch of choices to make here to really understand how the interior import and export works. This particular section is from the Transfer Spaceships INI that's in the plugin folder with the rest of the mod data. And as far as the interiors, it gives us kind of general choices: restrict decoration, export the build mode placed items. And in this case, I've chosen 1. So for the first section of the video, that's what we're going to do. That is to say, only items that have been placed in by the build mode will actually be potentially exported and imported. Now you see, you could break it down and just pick books or furniture or miscellaneous and so on. Well, let's see whether we can do it with the general statement first. So, okay, first section of the video, we just build placed items. Second, I'm putting that back to default to 0, so anything could be exported and imported. And finally, since I'm a glutton for punishment, I did it a third time with just the items that are in the vanilla build menu. Because with the others, I'm using a half a dozen of the great Starship furniture mods that are available. So let's see how it all works out. So to provide any kind of a demonstration, I had to load up the ship with a bunch of different furnishings from some of the best mod authors for spaceships. This is not comprehensive. These just are the ones that happen to be in my load order. First is RamTech Unlimited by J. Ramos Works. Then Better Living Outpost Decor by Stacks GX. BetaMax's Functional Decor by BetaMax 76, and his Starborn stuff. Then Miso plays Better Buildable Walls and Doors. Downfall Nemesis Nems Deco Pack. Miso plays Furnish Your Fleet. Something Wicked 3's Wicked Workshop Outpost Project Structured. And then Selfless Self-Promotion, Will NY4 Ammo Buyer, Spaceship version. So let's go into the ship and see how everything is laid out. Okay, let's go inside. This is a ship called Galactica, which I had imported, and it'll appear in another video of mine. It's really a terrific ship. But I've kind of emptied it out so I can fill it up with the different furniture from our various other mods. So if you look here, these are the mods we're going to be looking at today. Better Living, RamTech, Functional Decor, Starborn, Buildable Walls, NAMS Deco, Furnish Your Fleet, and Wicked Workshop. Well, the first one I have here actually is from RamTech Unlimited, and he makes a bunch of these, you know, I mean, if you talk about cheating, let's go over here and look. There's a million credits and 100 Astra if you want them. You can also, there's all kinds of ammunition, clothing, furniture, everything. So here's his contraband cache. So there's a number of his items right here. Across the hall is, this is Better Living. And you can see this hundreds of items that could go here, but this is just a small group to give us an idea. Well, we go up the ramp, and in this room, we find functional decor. And again, there are a lot of different items, all kinds of things. Well, that's a pretty good group right there. Excuse me, let's go up one over, and over here we have BetaMax's Starborn mod, which has a number of items that are really designed to go in your Starborn world, but I put them here anyway because they can be built inside of our ship. Now, across the hall is the very famous mod, Buildable Walls and Doors by Misoplays. And, you know, that's a heavy-duty construction to do all kinds of things inside of your spaceship. And then next, over here, we have NEM's Deco Pack. And you can see there's a number of items here which are very attractive. So let's go throughout into the area before the bridge. And this is from Furnish Your Fleet. And, you know, there's a number of, you know, large items and bunks and so on. But we have a number of items here from that mod. All right, we go down the hallway, and over here are items from Something Wicked 3's Wicked Workshop. And you can see there's a whole lot of things here. I'm going to do something crazy and put down this one for an Outpost pet. And there we have it. I also put in this ammo chest, which is from my mod of buying ammo available on Nexus Mods. Okay, well, these are the items that are going to be the subject of this experiment. So let's go to the next step. Well, the first step is enter the console command to export the ship, which is export ship, and the name is Galactica 2. Hit return, and everything is okay. Yes, the ship has been exported. Now we have to save and then come back to import it. Here we are, and I've chosen a sacrificial ship. I have to go into Ship Builder and make some modification. And I think we'll just change the color slightly. That's enough to keep it kind of active in the background. We'll have to save it. All right, it's saved. Now we come back to import. And that takes another console command, which is import ship layout Galactica 2. And that was successfully imported. So now we have to do a save and come back. Okay, we're back, and you can see we have a pretty crunched ship. And, you know, it's not at all flyable. A lot of stuff is done to it. To minimize errors, I don't think I have it completely fixed. You can see it's pretty bad. But I'm going to go change the color again, and that should be enough. It may not save properly. It can't be finalized, but that's okay. I think we're fine. Okay, well, let's go around and see a couple different landing bays here. One of the things that leads to a problem, but we're going to go to this one over here, which takes us to where all of our interiors were saved. Well, as we can see, there's nothing anywhere. Of course, we haven't attempted to import the layouts yet, but just so you can see the empty spaces here, there's nothing here. So now's the time. Let's see. Let's import our interiors. Okay, well, the next step, of course, is to type in the console command for interiors, which is import ship interior, and then the name of the ship, Galactica 2. And here's the moment of truth. We hit return, and out of the console, the interior was successfully imported, but let's see what's left. Well, RamTech has done very well. All of his stuff is here. Not so good with Better Living. We got a chair, not too much. Let's go up and see with functional decor. Some, maybe half of them. Over here, that's NEMS. There's almost nothing left from that. And let's go around, just go around the corner and look at BetaMax's Starborn. It's all of his stuff is here. So that came in. Let's look at Missile Play's walls. Wow. Nada. Buildable walls didn't come in. And again, here's NEMS. We got a few pieces, odd pieces. Now up to Furnish Your Fleet. We got a bed and a couple items. Let's go down to the Wicked. And nothing. The storage case from my mod is here, but not the terminal activator. So I would say that having the choice of just buildable objects has not resulted in a lot of success. So let's try it the other way. Okay, well, this time I've changed it back to the default settings. So restrict decoration, export the build mode placed items is now 0. So it's not restricted. So let's go through the same thing and see what happens. Well, I have gone through the steps of exporting the ship, importing the ship, and now here we are again, and let's see if this, just to confirm that there's nothing inside, because I have not attempted to import the interior yet. And here is the various rooms, and you can see that it's empty, ready for us to start to bring in the interiors. All right, well, I've done it for the second time. We have exported, then imported. Now I'm prepared to attempt to import the ship interior, this time with no restrictions on whether the items are in the build menu or not. And you can see that we had the same result from RamTech's perfect. Better Living, the same, only a couple objects there. If we go up and look over at functional decor, there's a few items, maybe half that were there originally. If we look over, this is NEMS Deco Pack, only a couple things there. And if we go over, one more room over, we see the BetaMax 76 Starborn, 100%. But buildable walls, Missile Plays, nothing. And in the Furnish Your Fleet area here by the cockpit, just a table and a bed. And finally down here in the Wicked Workshop area, the only thing that came through was my cabinet from buying ammo. So I would say that we didn't see too much difference between the two versions. So now for the final take on this, I have brought in a bunch of items from the standard build menu, and with a couple exceptions. If we go down here a little bit further, you'll see that there's these two cabinets here, the red and the green, are from Dark Star Manufacturing. And then there's a bunch of tables and storage containers, and your favorite chair from the dump that's sitting over here. Goodness knows you'd want that to come back. You'd be heartbroken if you lost that. And then we have the research station and the workbench. So I'll try and keep a note of this, and let's see what happens after we go through with this one. Items. Finished the export and import for the third time, and now we're ready to import the ship interior. Console command again, import ship interior Galactica 2. And here's what has come. Well, we didn't get the big navigation table, and we've lost some other tables. The bed came in, and the Dark Star Manufacturing cabinets came. The other random storage cabinets are here. The workbenches and the research and the wonderful chair from the dumpsters is here. So no problem about losing that. We even have a hat that's come in the storage container. But, again, it's not 100%. And if we go up and look through, there is something else which you may have noticed. Here you'll see, and actually was in the last video too, when you set your menu item choices to restrict it to only things in the build menu, that's whatever it is in the build menu that comes through will be from the build menu, if I can make that clear. Now we're going to have no restrictions, so all this clutter and crap that you see on the floors, random items that would be in your habs on your ship, are also coming through. So that's something to consider, because you're going to have to pick them up, and you'll notice that they're everywhere, and it creates quite a mess. I wouldn't account my adoring fan as junk, so don't get confused about that. Okay, well, let's go outside and wrap it up. So my conclusion is that no matter which option you choose, you're going to find very few items that really will be able to come back. I would definitely choose the option of limiting to build menu items so you don't have all that junk on the floor. But there are a few mods, the BetaMax mods, and it looks like the Dark Star materials are going to be able to be brought back. And I'm sure that there are keywords in a number of these items that can be changed. So I expect that if the situation is going to get better in the future, since a couple of mod authors have figured out how to do it, that knowledge will be available to everybody sooner or later. So on the other hand, the chance to have these fabulous ships, and I'm going to be showing you a lot of them in future videos, really makes this mod just an amazing feat. So please subscribe to my videos if you want to see more. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you around. Bye-bye.